What it do, YouTube? It's your boy TC3 here with another reaction, and today we're gonna go ahead and switch it up a little bit. You know, we've been reacting to a lot of, anime stuff, had some of the dark, little informational stuff we've been reacting to, but we're gonna go ahead and bring it back to some reality today. Jennette McCurdy from iCarly and Sam and Cat has recently released a book. A memoir. Don't know the difference, but hey, we'll learn it eventually. But she released a book called I'm Glad My Mom Died. And this book is somewhat detailed. Well, not even somewhat. I think it's actually fully detailing her whole life account as far as dealing with her mother, working in Nickelodeon studios, the mental stress and health that she has been going through. We are going to go ahead and react to this today. We're going to go ahead and see what she has been talking about. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. By the way, you thought I fucking forgot, didn't you? You thought I fucking forgot. Like, comment, and subscribe.
On the outside, I was doing a lot of the performing, the tap dancing of like the smile and the showing up and landing on my mark. And I'm gonna just do what I need to do and be this, happy-go-lucky Nickelodeon kid.
My name is Samantha Puckett. I'm from Seattle and I love fried chicken.
But inside, I was hurting. It was painful. I was angry. I felt unsupported.
You pull back the curtain on child stardom. It is not a pretty picture.
Not as I see it, no.
At just 15, Jennette McCurdy was one of the most recognizable child stars on television, playing Sam Puckett in Nickelodeon's hit show iCarly.
Where'd my straw go? Here.
To her millions of fans, she was known as the funny BFF.
But iCarly was a hell of a show. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But she says behind that bubbly on-screen persona, nothing about her real life was funny.
For you, what were the pitfalls of child fame?
You're playing an adult's game. You're in an adult's world, and you don't recognize that. You're incapable of being on that level, but you are confused and you think that you are. And I think it really leads to stunted personal development.
Her personal struggles eventually prompting her to abandon acting altogether.
You say quite frankly that this was never your dream. Stardom was never your dream. Whose dream was it?
My mom's. I think she wanted me to have a better life than she had, but I also think her approach.
I ain't gonna lie. Side note, just quick side note. These fucking shoes she got on, these bitches just giving me like, these whole ugly as fuck.
Which was very unhealthy and informed by her own lack of self-work. And she lived vicariously through me.
Jennette had her first audition at age 6, encouraged by her late mom, Deborah.
Oh, that's
their
mommy.
mother-daughter
That's mommy right here. Y'all look alike. Y'all look alike.
bond, deeply disordered and chaotic. She says her family struggled financially. Over time, like so many other child stars, her acting paid the bills.
It felt like a lot of pressure. And then I think my mom saw my career as a way out of that life, of that way of living, of that constant grind.
How chaotic was that childhood home? You describe it with one line that stuck with me, that the air in the house felt like a held breath.
It was really complicated. My mom also had cancer when I was 2 years old. That was the first time she was diagnosed. So not only was it chaotic because of the abuse that was happening, and my mom's violent and erratic, unstable behavior, but also because we all lived in fear of her cancer coming back.
That volatile relationship is at the center of Jennette.
Oh, boy, I'm not gonna lie to you. Some people say, you gotta grab the people's attention. When I heard the name of this book, I was like, hold on, bitch. Chapter 1. Because, this shit is, hold on, bitch. This is crazy ass title. I'm glad my mom died. Then look at her in the photo.
That's dark and deeply personal memoir. I'm glad my mom died.
What made you pick that?
I think I earned that title through the writing of the book, but I wanted it to be something that would grab people's attention and get them
Shit, you surely fucking did. I mean, shit.
to pick up the book and then hopefully learn by the end of it why I have chosen that title.
From the tender age of 11, she says her mother taught her the dangerous habit of calorie restriction, which would turn into years of eating disorders.
In many ways, your mother tried to keep you a child.
Yeah, I think my mom wanted to keep me as controllable as possible. I think she really wanted to have her influence on me, and me growing up was a threat to that.
The key to that was calorie restriction.
Absolutely. I think my mom...
Wow, that's kind of crazy. That's real crazy because, you know, we watch a lot of these shows just growing up and we just think like, you know, oh, wow, you know, so crazy and lucky to be on Disney, to be on fucking Nickelodeon. You know, I remember back then I wanted to be on Disney and Nickelodeon, but shit, after hearing all the shit they went through, fuck no. Boy, I'm happy I went to normal high school and got bullied. I would have took that any fucking day.
Encouraged and conditioned my anorexia because... both she thought that it would in some ways help my career and also because it served her goal of keeping me young and under her influence.
The book reveals dark episodes of her childhood that for years Jennette says she blocked out. She describes how her mother would give her showers and touch her invasively until she was a teenager.
She referred to them as...
Huh? Touch her invasively? What?
as medical exams on your private parts.
Yes. This was the hardest part of the book for me to write about. It was a really emotional experience. I laughed during the writing of it, and then I cried a lot after I wrote that vignette.
You talk about basically having out-of-body associations, out-of-body experiences when this is happening to you.
Yeah.
What do you think was going on?
I've tried to understand, and
There ain't no understanding.
that didn't lead me anywhere productive.
No.
I would just spin my wheels trying to understand my mom's motives.
This continued.
Man, and that's just so fucking wild. Like, her mom was doing that shit, bro. Wow.
Until you were 17?
Yeah.
And you describe in the book that you felt violated.
Yes.
This happened till she was 17? Fuck no, bro. What the fuck?
Absolutely felt violated, and eventually accepting that was the most, I think, integral piece to my own healing and recovery.
At the height of her stardom, she landed a spin-off series, Sam and Cat, starring alongside future pop star Ariana Grande. She writes about tensions on the set.
Let's see what you said. Say it again, one more time.
I said I'm really smart.
You literally wrote, I frequently made the mistake of comparing.
Sam and Cat was always like, it was ass to me. Didn't really like Ariana Grande's shit. Didn't even care to watch Victorious. Like, who the fuck watched that? It was just a ripoff of Zoe 101.
My career to Ariana's.
Yeah.
And being jealous of everything, jealous of her childhood, jealous of a music career that you didn't even want.
Sure.
Wow.
I was jealous specifically that she played charades with Tom Hanks. That's what got me. Charades with Tom Hanks.
How dare she?
I know. But I was so young at the time, and I think it's really hard to not compare yourself to somebody at that age when you're in an environment around them all the time.
Sure.
So I made that mistake repeatedly, and I'm glad to be at a place now where I wouldn't trade positions with somebody.
As the show was airing, her mother died of cancer. Jennette says her life was spinning out of control, anorexia morphing into bulimia and alcohol abuse.
I was never aiming for bulimia. I was attempting to have anorexia, but I couldn't keep it up without my mom.
Wow.
So then that would lead to, I'd starve myself for so long, and then I'd binge, and then I'd purge because I hated the feeling of fullness.
Wow.
Hated it.
It would take Jennette years to seek proper help and start therapy to begin grappling with her trauma.
I couldn't initially accept the idea that my mother was abusive toward me because my whole way of life, my whole way of going through the world was, I was operating through this lens of my mom wants what's best for me. Even after she died, I'm nothing without my mom. I can't do anything without my mom. I'm incapable, I'm incompetent. What would mom want? What would mom think? What does mom need? That accepting that she was abusive would have meant reframing my entire life. And that felt impossible. I couldn't go near that for a long time.
Jennette says that building a new life without her mom began with a stunning decision to leave acting behind.
Why quit acting?
It was important for my recovery at the time. It represented my mom living vicariously through me. It represented something that my mom wanted that I didn't want. So it was important for me to step away in a very definitive way and really just focus completely on healing myself.
Reflecting back on her career, Jennette's critical of the Hollywood machine and the world she was exposed to at such a young age. In her book, she writes that after Sam and Cat was canceled, Nickelodeon offered her a $300,000 thank you gift if she agreed to never speak publicly about her experience.
What? $300,000? Shit, y'all know me. I'm a sellout. Bitch say, what about what? Sign it. Right now. Not now, but now. Sign it. Did she take it?
Experience at the network, specifically with a man she refers to as the creator, who on one occasion, she says, encouraged her to drink while she was still underage and gave her a shoulder massage.
The foot peddler himself, Danny. Nasty fat slob.
In response, Nickelodeon telling ABC News, we have no reportable response other than a no comment at this time.
Nickelodeon, y'all ain't shit. Oh, God, y'all ain't shit. That's why y'all shit suck now. Y'all ain't shit. Trash ass. Had me. Matter of fact, I'm about to go on this rant by Nickelodeon and they trash ass. Cause for one, I don't appreciate how y'all was putting feet in my goddamn face as a youngster and then thinking that shit was cool. I don't appreciate how the giant fucking logo on y'all building was a fucking foot. And hold on, motherfuckers gonna have to, I'm gonna have to get in this rant. I don't appreciate how the goddamn logo was a fucking foot, you fucking nasty shits. Then on top of that, every time y'all let that little foot peddler make a fucking show, why did it always involve feet in some episode? Like the episode of iCarly, when they were just putting their feet on the camera, wiggling it. Oh, earthquake! That was disgusting as shit, you fucking freak.
I just said, no, it's not happening. That sounds like hush money to me. I'm not doing it.
That's my girl. I love you, Janet. I love you, Jennette. You stand up. I probably wouldn't have been, depending on scenarios and situations. But you know, I'm broke right now, so you know, I'm broke right now. I take the 300. You know what I'm saying? But you know, shit.
Not taking it. And then I do remember leaning against. I think I talk about this in the book, but I lean against my bed and I'm like, well, shoot, that could have put my nieces through college. Like that was some good money. But I am ultimately proud of my decision there, wherever it came from. Even if it was informed by self-righteousness, I think that...
Girl, we proud of you.
I think I did something that was really hard to do. Oh my God, it makes me emotional.
Hell yeah, I'm proud of you. You got real integrity. You got real, you know what I'm saying? You a stand-up woman, for real.
I'm proud of myself.
Why? Why proud of yourself?
Be proud.
I think I've chosen... a path of integrity. And it hasn't always been easy.
Now 30, Jennette says she's recovered from years of eating disorder.
Damn, she 30? Hey, Jennette.
And found a sense of balance for the first time in her life.
What's your body image now, and what's your relationship to food like, and how do you sort of go about your day?
I'm glad you asked this because when people talk about eating disorder recovery, they talk about it being such an ongoing process and something you deal with every single day for the rest of your life, and it's always a battle. And I think that kind of language, it doesn't help motivate. I'm at a place now where I don't obsess about food at all. I haven't engaged in any sort of disordered eating behavior for years. I'm really proud of that.
Jennette says healing also comes through in her writing. She's working on a novel and a collection of essays. And while she sees herself as a writer, she hasn't completely ruled out a return to acting.
I just wish I could have shown my 20-year-old self me now. I would have known what I was aiming for. I would have had something to hope for, something to be encouraged about. I didn't have that.
What would you have told your 20-year-old self?
Look at me now, baby. You're gonna be fine, kid. I probably would have said.
Damn.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking.
Hey, George, but we're not talking to you, George. We don't care. But man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. That was a. I'm glad I watched that one. I'm glad we watched that one together, guys, for real, because that one is, you know, there was some real life lessons in that.